30 kilometres out from target, you suddenly see a big puff of black smoke on the right-hand side, a big puff of black smoke on the left-hand side. Now, you've never been shot at before. This is the very first time. We're about 50 kilometres from target, heading back, doing about 500 knots, and then suddenly you get this huge kabang, and the whole aircraft is sort of shunted across the desert floor. Suddenly I'm seeing sand and sky, and the aircraft's rotating, and I think, I can't hold it, prepare to eject. Then on the right-hand side, anti-aircraft, the battery opens up. The bullets, they hit my right-hand wing. They hit my Sidewinder missile. A 4-metre torch of flame shoots out the front of my wing and slowly but surely starts to cut my right-hand wing off. This was just not my day. So we grab handles, 3, 2, 1, eject. Suddenly you're thrown up into the desert, and then the next thing you suddenly collapse on the ground. And this hush, this deathly hush, there's not a sound. We're in the ground for about 2 hours, then about 25 soldiers came. They got to us, beat us up, took us off to Baghdad, grabbed me in your hair, smashed your face against the side of the lorry, hit you around the head with thistle bus, and then they push you into this room, out the lorry into this room.
I was shot down and captured and held by Saddam Hussein for 7 weeks in Baghdad and subjected to brutality, physical and mental torture.
They then get a gun out, they put the gun against your head, they pull the hammer back and they say, Peters, you're going on television, or you'll never see your wife and children again. Do you remember that picture? It means you're old.
That image was transmitted globally. 650 million people in the planet saw it, they reckon.
Never waste the opportunity of a crisis. Do you know how much confidence this experience gives me? What's the worst you're going to do to me now after this? Are you going to beat me up? Are you going to torture me? Are you going to kill me? We all spend our lives finding a success formula and then repeating it endlessly. But what happens when the world changes? My world changed.
Where do you get that belief from in uncertainty? Do you know you get it from your past? All the things, if I added up in this room, all the lost love or the failed exams, the failed job interview, if I added up all the failures in this room, you're here? You coped, didn't you?
Who are you when you're uncertain? It's not what you do when you're uncertain, it's who are you?
By forgiving yourself, that gives you the opportunity to learn. Why? Because the moment you forgive yourself, you accept that you make mistakes. The moment you accept that you make mistakes, you start to learn from those mistakes. When you start to learn from those mistakes, you start to adapt. When you start to adapt, you start to change, and when you change, you suddenly will never lose.
Accept the brutal realities. Look beyond your walls and choose your future. And I hope to God that in 23 years' time, I'm sitting where you are, listening to you tell me your story of the life you've built.